betrayal, treason, loyalty. One man, in the height of revolutionary struggle, found himself victim to all of these. Wounded in both pride and on the fields of battle, loyalties bent and allegiances tested, the story of Benedict Arnold is that of a traitor, but also that of a triumphant general pushed beyond his limits. Benedict Arnold's many contributions to the American Revolution are eclipsed by his treason. His military triumphs offer no salvation before the tragedy of his ultimate decision. Military might coupled with wounded pride. Benedict Arnold, a venerated traitor. As the American Revolution began, Arnold, an officer of the local militia, mobilized his troops, marching to join the larger army in Boston. Arnold immediately devised a plan to help Commander of the Continental Army, George Washington, after the colonists' defeat in the Battle of Long Island. Arnold looked toward Fort Ticonderoga, a British armament in upstate New York. Ticonderoga held many large cannons that could be vital to Washington's fight and lay vulnerable to attack. He rode overnight to join the Green Mountain Boys, a famed Vermont militia headed by the state's own Ethan Allen. This combined effort was able to take the British cannons without a single casualty or shot fired. Arnold both strategized the attack and ensured that the victorious troops did not destroy the fort or its contents in their celebration. Yet Allen's accounts to Congress painted Arnold as an annoyance. Allen was praised as the hero of Ticonderoga, as Arnold, already dejected with the news of his wife's recent passing, resigned his commission to the fort in frustration and returned to the army gathered in Boston. Despite his loss, Arnold remained confident in the Continental fight. Overlooked for the commission of Major General, Arnold instead devised a daring strategy to take a second regiment to Quebec through the backwoods of the Maine wilderness. The regiment arrived to the surprise of the British stronghold with enough fight to successfully siege the city, earning Arnold the title of Brigadier General. Despite wounding his leg during the siege, he continued to fight until he was the last man to retreat to Lake Champlain. After minor skirmishes in northern New York in the summer of 1776, Arnold used his calculated military mind to establish a naval flotilla of boats which was to divert and delay the British advance in Lake Champlain.
Arnold had the insight to position his little flotilla in a bay between Valcour Island and the mainland of New York. And they were at a big disadvantage because they couldn't get their ships into close contact.
After tiring out the British naval force in a hard-fought battle, Arnold devised a master escape for his remaining vessels.
At night, he broke through the British line and was able to get his entire fleet out before the British realized it. This was classic Arnold.
Despite Arnold's brilliance at Valcour Island in delaying the British invasion of New York, Congress continued to ignore his accomplishments.
Continental Congress, being a political body, awarded promotions to major generals. And they, in their wisdom, decided that rather than elevate Arnold, who clearly deserved the promotion to major general, that they would promote 5 junior brigadier generals past him. But it was really a terrible blow to Arnold.
Arnold tried to resign in protest, but George Washington, the only person who truly saw Arnold's potential, convinced him to assist Horatio Gates against British General John Burgoyne's massive force nearing Saratoga in the upper Hudson River Valley. At Saratoga, Arnold and Gates were in constant ideological conflict. Arnold, in his typical impolitic style, wanted to attack Burgoyne's army head-on, while Gates wanted to wait out the weary troops who were running low on supplies. At the Battle of Freeman's Farm in mid-September, Arnold directed his regiments to flank their British adversaries using quick and deliberate troop movements, resulting in massive opposition casualties. However, James Wilkinson, Gates' aide-de-camp, reported to the Continental Congress that Arnold had not participated in the battle at all. Arnold, furious with Wilkinson and Gates, acted independently at the Battle of Bemis Heights in October, heroically leading his troops into British fire until his horse was shot out from under him, severely wounding his leg. While Gates received the credit for the surrender by Burgoyne from Congress, Burgoyne himself claimed it was Arnold's effort which led him to defeat. Recovering from his leg wound, George Washington appointed Arnold as the military governor of Philadelphia and made him sign an oath of allegiance to the American cause.
When Arnold came to be governor of Philadelphia, he found the place in really a reign of terror.
In 1778, the British had just finished their occupation of Philadelphia, and the Patriots wanted to get revenge on the Loyalists who still remained in the city.
They were being hanged, their property was being stolen from them. George Washington felt that someone of Arnold's stature could bring order to Philadelphia and respect. But Arnold was a man of action. Arnold was a military genius and not a politician.
During his time in Philadelphia, he began to question if the ideas that drew him into the revolution were still being fought for in the American cause.
If what the Patriots did to the Loyalists and the neutral Quakers in Philadelphia was an indication of what they would do throughout the land, he was afraid. He thought the streets would be running with blood.
Arnold believed the American Republic experiment needed to be stopped before it got out of hand, and that he was the one to do it. While in Philadelphia, Arnold met and wed the daughter of a prominent Loyalist, Peggy Shippen. Arnold had now lost all faith in the American cause and decided in order to save the American Republic from itself, he had to conspire with the British. Peggy Shippen was his contact with the British, connecting Arnold with a young British Adjutant General Major John Andre in the summer of 1780. Arnold and Andre wrote coded letters back and forth to decide how to best destroy the Patriots' revolutionary efforts. The pair decided to attack West Point, an important American fort that Washington had given Arnold the command of in order to reduce Patriot control of the Hudson River Valley. In order to orchestrate the British attack, Arnold met with Andre on September 21, 1780, to provide him with maps and letters detailing the plan of the British siege.
Arnold arranged to meet Andre in the dark of night on the shore of the Hudson River. So Andre didn't make his escape. He ended up having to spend the night and didn't start out back to New York City until the next day.
Andre decided to set out to New York on foot with Arnold's papers hidden in his shoe to deliver them to his British superiors.
Andre saw three men in his path in broad daylight and did not know whether they were Loyalists, Patriots, or thieves.
The men happened to be three Patriot bandits looking to steal Andre's British officer's boots.
So they took off his boots and discovered that's where Andre had hid the papers that Arnold had given him about West Point.
Finding the documents signed by Arnold in Andre's boots, the three Patriots immediately turned him over to the local militia. The militia then contacted George Washington to inform him of Arnold's intent to conspire with the British. However, by the time Washington received the news, the now traitor was already making his way down the Hudson River.
Washington was personally devastated. In the record, we never hear anybody say very much at all about any emotion coming from George Washington. But the record shows that Washington wept.
The tragedy of Benedict Arnold's treason ensured his ultimate destruction.
If he had died at Saratoga, there would be a monument in Washington to George Washington, and there would be one just as tall to Benedict Arnold.
Despite the fact that the United States would not exist without his triumphs, victories at Ticonderoga, Valcour Island, Saratoga, forever in time, the name Benedict Arnold would be synonymous with traitor.